The Balustrade Spy is a 2/3 flyer for 4. When Balustrade Spy enters the battlefield, target player reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals a land card. Those cards in the it's the mill mechanic from Demir.
Land, like any like Trepanation Blade stuff like that. For me, this is always like a letdown kind of. It's like because you're always taking that gamble because you don't have a set amount of cards you're milling.
Yeah. Well, let me talk about that for a second. With this guy in particular, he's a 2/3 flyer for 4, which is fine, with the upside of milling at least 1 card, and you're going to hit their lands. If you get enough of these specific effects going on, it really limits the amount of lands that they'll have access to because you're going to be milling them.
Like in the oil sub deck, I'm definitely finding this card, but it's a 2/3 flyer for 4. That's always a good buy. I'm not
right. I like him. He's fine. No. I'm not a big Orzhov. Yeah, I'm not a big Orzhov guy, so I'm not, or Demir guy for this mechanic in particular. But if you stack your deck with the right mill cards, it can be pretty good.
I actually like the artwork on this one as well. Like, the little vampire that's kind of floating outside the ledge.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
2 mana, 1/2.
Basilica Screecher. It's a 2 converted plus 1/2 flyer flying extort. Fine card.
Do that.
Right. The reason I like this card a lot is because that extort and cheap guys. You have like the 2/2 for 2 in white, and now you've got a 1/2 flyer for 2 in black.
It's like, it doesn't really make much sense because you already used both of your spells to get to the 6 cost stuff.
True. It's still okay, because like I think the only thing that costs that much with extort is like really good effects that you're going to get out of it anyway. I think like the 4/4 that starts sun tightening your crap back to your hand, that's pretty worth it. But yeah, you get enough of these effects in play, and then you have those expensive ones that do their effects, and they keep a part of the game in check, the mid-range, the end game, and then you use these cheap things to just kind of keep pumping out those extorts, and you get a lot of triggers off these cheap ones. So instead of running out 2 or 3 of these Screechers in one turn, you just run out 1, extort the crap out of your opponent.
I just don't like the fact that it has
the next turn and just keep
on.
If
it was a 2/1 instead of a 1/2, I think it would be better.
It'd be overpowered though. It'd be overpowered. It'd be an uncommon at least.
Yeah, because he's already doing damage with that extort, so.
Right.
The 1 power on him kind of keeps him from
that.
getting too
I just don't like
stupid.
Anything that has like flying that's a 1 power. Is just like that's saddening.
Yeah, but remember they're putting that mechanic extort on it, so they can't make it too insane. If it's too insane, it'd be really ridiculous.
Yes.
Reprint.
So Contaminated Ground. It was reprint. Still not good.
It's not terrible though, and I'll tell you why. It makes the enchanted land a swamp. Now, here's the question I have: does that make it no longer a gate if it's a gate? Because it doesn't say in addition; it just straight up.
No, it turns into a swamp. It takes away whatever it is.
That's the only reason this is playable.
There you go. There's the relative side to this. You have. There's a lot of the gate effects or whatever, that it does, like the unblockable if you have a gate. Exactly. So you can run this as a good sideboard card against that.
Okay, fair enough. Sideboard card at best.
Right. Yeah, you're not going to run this in a man.
Corpse Blockade. 1/4 for 3. Sack another creature. It gains Dead Touch.
Sure.
I like it.
But.
Right. Remember, the abilities to sack creatures to get benefits.
I haven't seen an enchantment yet.
That's the reason I like
it. That enchants a creature that. Oh wait, no, there is one enchantment that actually makes you lose life over a period of turns. But the only I don't like it.
This Blockade, I don't like it a lot. I'll tell you why.
That has Defender that really, and basically you're trading 1 for 1 for a creature that can also get killed.
It's a 2 for 1 actually, because you're not going to attack into this with your 2/2, your 3/3, whatever he's going to get value out of blocking and trading range. You're going to slam in with a 4/4, or even worse, you're going to attack in and give your dude +1/+1 flying and first strike. I wonder if that's a card.
Yeah, I mean, I understand your situation, but in the deck where you may have to have that extra guy to give you potential, if you are the drafter that forgot to draft some of the removal spells,
well, if you
gives you the chance to have at least some type of removal spell.
If he didn't have Defender, I would agree with you there, but because he can't even attack, I don't like him at all.
Yeah, I know, exactly. He's not amazing, but if that drafter has to have that 23rd card with a removal spell, they may have to play him. That's the only reason I say I like him, because it gives that player
but then
oops, I messed up, I need a guy to play. I need a removal spell. Well, yeah, but if they kill him, then at least they wasted a removal spell on him and not another guy that's actually relevant in the deck.
I'm still with Mike. I don't.
So, would you rather them kill your guy that's relevant or this guy?
I'd rather have another relevant guy instead of this guy.
I'd rather have two relevant guys.
Yeah, that's what I agree. I'm not playing this card, but I'm saying I like it that it gives the fact that gives the players that don't know how to draft very well the option to maybe have something to draft with. Because I guarantee you, at our F&M, they're gonna be playing this card.
We're so.
That's why I like it.
We're so nice.
Because we get to buy. See what I'm getting at? I'm getting at. I like it because the bad players are going to be playing this card.
Maybe they just got crap for sealed.
The bad... No,
Crypt Ghast.
Pass going on. To a card that I'm
This one got me excited.
This one's really good.
It works.
It's really, really good, especially when you combo it with that little blue guy that we talked about that turns all your guys into swamps. Because now you can tap your land for its
and also
color, whatever color you want, and get that extra black. And it gives you a lot extra mana to actually dump into the extort.
It's a little bit soft as for a 2/2 4 mana cost, but with the ability.
So let's just actually say what the card is real quick. It's the 2/2 for 4 Crypt Ghast, Extort, and whenever you tap a swamp for mana, it adds an additional black mana to your mana.
Just the tap swamp for mana, add black for this mana would not make the card good. But the fact that it has Extort and you have a way to use that extra mana that you're getting makes this card awesome, in my opinion.
The only reason I don't like it as much as y'all is because they always try to push mono black as a mechanic where deck never shows like its face. They keep pushing it, they keep pushing it, they keep pushing it. But I'm just that's what this card is built for. It's to push the mono black mechanic.
I don't agree with you there, and I'll tell you why.
Well, I understand you're not going to agree with me there, but I'm just saying in general what the new players and the other regular players, not the tournament players, are going to look at is they're going to be pushing mono black.
This isn't for mono black. This is for the people who are running 4 Godless Shrines and your 4 Watery Graves and your other swamps, because it's all your swamps
not basic
tap
swamps.
For that mana,
anything
not
that has
just
swamp in it.
Basic lands. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be better, and it does not have to be in mono black because of the way
it doesn't have to go in just this deck or just this deck. It can go in a lot of different decks and make it work.
I would like to see it work. I just don't see a home for it as of right now. I don't see I don't. As of right now, I don't see a deck where the extra mana is going to benefit us just yet. We have to see where the new cards in this set will help the current deck benefit from having this extra mana.
Well, outside of limited, I don't see a deck for it either. But even I'm just looking at it in a limited sense.
Well, no. So the thing is, though, Casey's looking at it as a constructive opinion. That's where I said I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it being constructed because it's trying to push a mechanic that's not really that strong. I mean, they've been pushing.
The store's not going to be a big impact on standard, I don't think.
And so
the extra mana, it's not going to be
pushing it. They're trying to push. That's why I said I didn't like the card. Limited's fine. I don't even talk about limited. Constructed purposes, this card's just not there. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Look at Phyrexian Obliterator and New Phyrexia, quadruple black 5/5 that when it dealt damage to, they sack permanents. That's one of the hardest. That's one of the hardest pushed black cards we've had in ages.
It was played, but it wasn't in mono
nothing.
attack.
It saw play for like 2 weeks, and then people realized how to beat it.
Oh, wait.
There was a card called Vapor Snag. It's just, look, we have we have Mutilate. We have this. We have, well, what other black card really is out there that abuses multiple mana in the mana pool with the next ability? Is there any?
Yeah.
That's a decent one. That's a decent one that could work with that. But you're going to Reckless Return for 3 or 4 anyway, because they're not going to have 8, 9 cards in their hand. So you're going to probably already have that mana anyway to cast. Because on turn 4, you can Rakdos Return for 4.
A Grixis deck can Rakdos Return for a bunch while keeping their counter spells up.
Yeah, but once again, you don't. You may Rakdos for 9. Okay, yeah, you get the damage in, but yeah, you rather play our cards.
Or you can
Rakdos
just use
for
the
4,
extra
get their
mana
hand, you leave the 5 mana up for your counter spell.
Extort for the Rakdos Return for like whatever damage that they, for cards that they don't have in their hand. Well, we can.
Yeah,
we can
but once again, I don't
that,
think Extort's
let's
going to be.
Let's move on to the next turn, okay?
That. Well, real quick, Extort may be relevant once rotation comes around.
Okay.
Then it might be something.
Okay.
As of right now, I don't see it.
Death's Approach. This reminds me of Quag Sickness.
This reminds me of this, with the Odyssey Desperate, Ghastly Demise. Destroy target creature equals number of cards in your graveyard.
For one man, for one
Similar
black
effect,
mana.
with an enchantment. So
I mean, this is good. It's good. I mean, even if you only have 2
and if you're playing in the build,
yeah, it's -2/-2 for 1.
The 1 mana kill basically anything.
Yeah.
What about this next one? Target creatures. Target player stacks a creature and gains life equal to its
for limited, I'm gonna. This reminds me of Guess Verdict from New Phyrexia, and that card wasn't. It wasn't.
It also reminds me. No, you.
Yeah, but
Guess
it's like
Verdict's way
it's gonna
better.
see about the same amount of
They
play.
get
It's
the
not
game
gonna
life.
be great because they make it to where it's like the best benefit for them.
Right.
Yeah, but didn't Tribute to Hunger also see play? But you gained a life, didn't you?
Yes, and it was one more.
Well,
mana.
I'm just curious because since like we were talking about earlier, the grounds are gonna be clogged, so you give your opponent the option to sack a creature. Just don't know.
It's gonna see play. It's gonna see play because there's not a whole lot of make a whole bunch of token dudes and stuff, and so you can catch them after combat. You know when they have the one dude left
I can
or
see
whatever.
That because,
it's gonna see a little.
The new Mirrodin set. There are a lot of ways to make tokens and stuff, so yeah, I can see that this can be better. So, enchant creature you control dies.
Dying Wish.
Player loses X life and you gain X life or X power.
Unlike the murder investigation, the one I actually do think is okay, this one I'm not.
For like bug. But that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
actually, I am a fan of this, and I'll tell you why. It kind of gives you that sense of I'm attacking you. If you take the damage, you die. If you don't take the damage, you block my guy. It dies, and then you die. And so it's kind of a way to push that damage that you need to do. They're either going to get into chump block mode early, or they just die. And here's the other thing is because it's in black, there's already some sack effects that we've already talked about, like the little the 1/4 defender that I don't like. This makes that a little better. You know, if you need that sack outlet, then you could play that little 1/4 defender with this card. You could kind of get around whatever kind of defenses your opponent sets up.
Card that was in New Phyrexia. It was a Morbid Hound. The 2/2 that attacks, it gets. That was basically.
That card was so good though.
Micah's example was basically. I'm either you're gonna either take 4. Or you're going to block this guy and not take 4 the next turn, but you're going to take 4 anyways.
Yeah, Yeah, the problem
That's why I
is
don't
though
like
that
this
had a
card,
built-in
'cause
mechanic.
it
This is going to be you have to enchant the creature to get that mechanic. 2 for 1. Alright, this next card is actually very good. The Gateway Shade, a shade that you can tap the gate and double it. That's really insane.
The crypt.
Also goes good with the guy you don't like, the spirit.
Like anything that's like.
Oh yeah, no.
The
Crypt
limited,
Ghast, amazing.
Gateway Shade. All right, so I'm winning anytime these cards are going to play together.
Yeah.
Turn 5. I'm attacking you for 11.
Yeah.
At least.
Great card. Woo! I'm actually kind of liking this next one. Grisly Spectacle?
The next one is freaking fantastic.
So good. Non-artifact creature?
I think
what artifact creatures are relevant?
The only thing that this hits.
None, I don't think.
I don't think so. So it's a generic removal spell.
That's it. That's the only. That's the only.
Yeah.
And it mills.
It mills a lot. It's not the mill to a land. It's just I'm gonna mill for however big your dude was, and if I'm using a 4-mana removal spell, your dude's probably pretty big because I'm scared of him. So he's dead, and you're gonna mill half your library.
Spells, they're at sorcery speeds at pretty high cost. 4-mana instant speed.
Yeah. See this being instant speed makes this so huge because the Gruul players who are going to go all in on their creature say, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to discard my hand and pump the ever-living crap out of dude. Well, I'm going to let those resolve, and then I'm going to kill it, and bye-bye library.
Yeah, see, what you just said there is the one particular reason that I'm never going to use my Blood Rush mechanic if you have 4 lands open.
Or it's like
yeah, exactly.
I just made you
I'm never going to Blood Rush you. I'm never Blood Rushing you as long as you have 4 mana. That's what this
oh man, this is my favorite removal spell.
This might actually be
this is going to be the first pick removal spell.
So many of the creatures in the format, and it's
4 mana though. That's a little hard to say.
If
Murder doesn't even see that much play, and it's 3 mana, it kills everything.
Yeah.
You slam.
Limited
Even
like
even
these
the
destroy creatures are
the 6-mana
like
sorcery
yeah,
kill
but
spell. So I'll play every now and then because in limited because yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Card's fine.
Yeah. Everybody plays that. It's a good card.
Discard a card after you destroy. That was nice.
Limited, this is a really, really powerful removal spell, especially when you consider how impactful milling an opponent is in limited format.
I'm going to have this resolve
in this one particular.
It's like it's gonna.
Alright,
it's a zombie rat bear.
It's straight up bear. A zombie rat.
Zombie. It's a bear. Moving on. Hexproof 3/4 for 5.
But you have to pay for the hexproof every turn.
It's
and
okay.
it's in an off color, so you can't play this in an Orzhov deck. You gotta have the blues. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, the way I look at it, there was the 3/4 hexproof in green. It was green and 4 for a 3/4 hexproof. I didn't play that one that much, unless I really had, like, I don't know, like green white, and I had the put 2 counters on it, or some other way to just kind of really abuse him having hexproof.
Yeah.
And of course, in this set, we'll get to it later. There is the unhexproof card, which is fantastic. Oh man, yeah. Love that.
This next card, I love it because it hoses lingering souls.
Creature tokens get -1.
And it only costs 1 black.
So it's so stupid. It's like, oh well, I just made you concede for 1 black mana on turn 1. There you go, all your lingering souls dead.
Yeah, it's gonna be in every sideboard card.
The only thing I don't like is
it's actually kind of good against Thraktusk now too, because
the only thing I don't like
him getting a 2/2 is just so much better than him getting
tokens. If you're playing this card and you're having tokens,
but you're not playing. You're probably not playing tokens in your deck anyway.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna.
This is just
you're
giving
playing. You're gonna be.
I'm giving both
you're gonna
sides
build your
of the
deck.
card, like the two sides of the coin. This also affects your own token.
Or I could say, if I'm going to play this in my sideboard in like an Esper control deck or something like that, when I bring these in, I bring out my Lingering Souls.
Yeah. The next premier removal spell, destroy target creature of power X or less.
But then there's one, I don't like this card because it's like Blood Rush.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's opposite. They attack and then they blood rush you. You kill in response.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's a removal spell and it's a generic removal spell, so it kills anything.
Well, it's like it's the old lightning bolt
Whichever one
versus
goes
giant
off first
growth.
is the
Exactly.
one
And that's been around for ages, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I like it.
So having a generic X removal spell is a fine card. Look at Death.
Limited All-Star.
So, Lord of the Void. Limited All-Star, not constructed playable. EDH All-Star.
I get...
EDH is pretty dumb. And yes, this is one of the primordials, or no, this isn't a primordial. This is one of them like the primordials.
Right.
That you're going to play no matter what. You know, the black primordial, we'll get to that. And that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think the green and the black one are probably the best for limited and maybe even outside of limited even.
So real fast, let's read it. It's a flying 7/7 for 7. When Lord deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library. Then put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under your control.
7,
so you get a free creature after smashing their face for 7.
Huge. And also you get a free spell out of it.
Thing is, though, by then you should have won. If not, you're going to be winning after that.
You just concede. Cypher.
Yeah, but next card. Target player discards a card. Cypher.
I don't think
this one's actually kind of relevant.
Draw a card. You're not playing this one.
I disagree. Because anytime the draw a card one. You're only drawing one card to benefit yourself. But anytime you make your opponent discard any card, any number of cards, 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, and you get the discard of free one, think about Raven's Crime. Target player discards a card for 1 with Retrace, discarding a land. Getting benefit from just making your opponent discard 1 card, trimming a card that you don't have to worry about later down the road, with no benefit, I still will take it. I will rather make you discard a card for 1 than me draw a card for 1. There's a reason why. There's a reason why that blue one's a common and this one's an uncommon.
Well, I mean, basically, all you're doing is for 4 mana, you make them discard a card, and then you turn one of your creatures into a hippie.
You turn your one. Exactly. You're turning it into a Hypnotic Spectre. And last time I heard Hypnotic Spectre was one of the best creatures ever printed in Magic. But by far, better than the draw card, and target player discard a card anytime they have to kill that creature, because if they don't, and they take damage from that creature, they're losing another card. And so they have to take care of this creature, or they keep losing. They get neg 1 each time. So now they're going to have to neg 1 themselves with their removal spell to kill that creature. So put it on your 1/1 that you don't care about. And if it gets in, they lose a card. They have to use a removal spell to kill it. It's just so good. So good.
Right. Let's get to a Cypher card that I like a lot, and that's Midnight Recovery.
Oh, another good one's good.
Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and then
value,
Cypher. So you could possibly do this over and over again, and especially with the sack effect.
It gives you... It's not draw a card. Way better than draw a card, because it's not the random effect. It's like, I want this one that you killed earlier, you know, that removal spell you used? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I still have it.
Right, but do you see why this card's an uncommon, this one's a common?
Yeah. Well, see, here's the deal. This being in a common slot is very good, too, because you're going to see this, you're going to be able to draft these.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we see these mechanics in all the sets all the time. We always see a recursion card returned to your hand. What makes this one good is because it's freebie. Problem is, though, it costs 4 for that one creature, and if they do take care of your one target, you got your creature back for 4, which is fine. You didn't get the Zombify and put it into play, but you still got it back. They always have that one mechanic in all sets.
Well, what you're comparing this to is would you rather have a 2/2, or would you rather have one of your creatures able to cast this over and over and over again?
Correct.
And Gravedigger in Limited
was
is
amazing.
A very, very powerful card.
Oh, I know. Hell, look at Innistrad with Gold Collar's Champ for 1, return a creature, if it's a zombie, return 2. Well, yeah, so if you knew how good Gravecrawler was, you would realize how good these mechanics are.
Like,
the funny... Yeah, I agree. The funny thing is, though, this combats those mill decks. So if you mill my good guy, I'm going to go and tutor for it now. Right, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you into my guy, and I'm going to take it back. Ogre Slumlord. He's a rare for 5. When another non-token creature dies, you may put a 1/1 rat into the battlefield. Rats you control have death touch.
No, this is very, very good, because now now every time one of your dude dies, you get a little 1/1 death toucher, which now hang on, here's the thing, it says whenever another non-token creature dies. It doesn't say whenever another non-token creature you control dies.
It's when your opponent's creature or your die.
So now your little 1/1 death toucher can trade with their guy, and you get another 1/1 death toucher.
Hey, raise your hand. Who remembers Typhoid Rat?
You mean the 1 mana pain in the next card that
this guy makes little Typhoid Rats.
It's
right. So when your one creature dies, I make my 1/1 rat. When this 1/1 rat kills your 1/1 guy, your other guy, I get another 1/1 rat. And then when this 1/1 rat kills your other guy, I get another 1/1 rat. So
almost as bad. There's like.
Okay, no. Pack rat.
Your mom's a pack rat.
Yeah, it makes rats out of.
Not compare this card to pack rat.
No, he makes your opponent brief into attacking.
No.
Every time you attack, your opponent's cries because he's like, I don't need these lands.
Yeah, but with pack rat, you're attacking with rats anyway, so they can't attack you anyway because you're probably dead by turn 5. I mean,
every time I see my opponent play, I'm just like, I need my Detention Sphere right now.
It's such a good card. Here's Micah's Primordial Star.
Here's the Black Primordial, and he's really, really good. Yes, a 5/4 Intimidator is really good. There's, not very many artifacts, as we've already stated. So obviously they're going to have a black creature to block him, so that's pretty good invasion right there, especially since you're already in black. You're already halfway there getting your Cypher abilities put on him. Are you going to need him? No, because he's a 5/4 for 7 that gives you any creature out of your opponent's graveyard directly into play. It's fantastic. It's basically, the way we looked at it, it's a 5/4 Intimidator for 5 mana, okay? And then that extra 2 that you're paying, you get to take any creature out of your opponent's graveyard and put it into play under your control. Sound good? Sounds good to me.
Yeah, if this format's actually pretty slow, this card's a limited all-star. If it's fast, he's going to be on that fringe where he's so good, but at the same time, he just can't use them.
You attack and you get to mill this guy with the ability, and then you play him and then you get the creature. I just took 2 of your creatures. You feel bad? Yes, you do.
Now, if you're the lucky limited drafter that got the Crypt Ghast and then all the limited black cards, all these bomb black cards, you get him and Crypt Ghast and.
Who did you give a hand job to?
Who did you pay off to get this crap?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Shadow Eye Denizen for 1 is a 1/1 when another black creature is the battlefield under your control. Target creature gains to Intimidate.
Basically,
very good.
Once again, we understand what the Intimidate mechanic acts and how it works. Right, and this card is amazing. For 1/1 that can just give anything, and you're not black. Oh, I'm unblockable. Attack.
Or you can give your other colored creatures.
Like this, I like one of the reasons I like all these the color specific ETB effects. Like, they work with hybrid cards that are going to no matter what guild you play. Like, I'm playing Orzhov and Dimir for this card. Like, I play a blue-black hybrid or a white-black hybrid card. It triggers for both of them. Let's go.
Actually, this next card's kind of scary.
I'm not a big fan. 5 mana, they lose 3 life. It has the Cipher ability. If you're already not liking the Cipher ability, you know.
No, I'm liking
the thing is,
if it's if you get a benefit from it where it's actually really
strong,
where losing 3 life is nothing to sniff at. Losing Essence.
No,
I'm thinking of Essence String right here. Even if you don't gain 3 life, he's still losing 3 life.
Flashback in Innistrad. The one black, or yeah, bump in the night. That's what this makes me think of.
Yeah, the bump in the night. Well, let me tell you what I like about this. If you play the Cipher abilities right, when on a turn you know you're going to be able to hit them with a creature, then you pay 5 mana, you make them lose 3 life, and then you make them lose another 3 life on top of the damage that they take. So you're paying 5 to essentially drain them for 6 at minimum.
Right.
Of course, after they get to untap, they're probably not going to let that happen again. But the first time, that's where it's good. Like, and that's why the way I look at the rest of the Cipher cards too, is you're always going to get that first trigger because you're going to play into it. So with the Mental Vapors, you make them discard a card, you're going to Cipher on a creature that you know is going to hit this turn, and you're going to make them discard another card. So it's really, it's discard 2 for 4 mana.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way I look at these and evaluate these Cipher cards and if they're good or not.
Right, I agree.
But, yeah. But this allows your opponent to actually
block but they'd be overpowered if they were
blocks with the value.
If you could actually imprint a card at instant speed, it'd be insane. Just imprinting in general at instant speed.
It's like I'm playing Gatecrash.
Yeah,
I'm playing Alchemist Red. He's like, that's kind of block here. Like, yeah, it does. Playing Bug.
Well, Slate Street Ruffian, 2/2 for 3. When it becomes blocked, they discard a card.
No matter what, you're
pretty good if you put that siphon on there. Mental Vapors. You're discarding cards, sir.
Right, and then funny thing is you put the Cipher mechanic on it, so either you block and discard a card, or you take the Cipher ability.
And giving it...
Yep.
No, it can't be protection from creatures. Never mind. Ignore me. Okay.
Ignore you? Okay, let's ignore him. No,
you could put him into like some sort of Jund deck, okay, where you've put some sort of Cipher on there. They got to discard a card, or they lose 3 life. Let's go to Shadow Slice. So they're going to take 5 if they let it hit. So they're going to block it, they're going to discard a card, but you're going to pump it, so they're going to lose their creature, they're going to discard a card, they're still not going to kill your guy, and they got to do it all over again next turn.
Yeah. Well, remember we were talking about that Drake earlier that says creatures with +1/+1 counter get flying? Well, this guy, he's kind of the opposite of it. With creatures you're flying, your opponent controls get -1/-1, so he contradicts it a little bit.
Well, he doesn't contradict it. What he does is he kind of punishes you for using that card, because like your dudes have counters on them. Okay, that's cool. Now your dudes with counters have flying, and now because they have flying, they get -1/-1.
Yeah, so those +1/+1s are irrelevant now, and your 4/4 is now trading with my 3/3. Yeah, this is a fine card. I like it.
It's more than a fine card. It's a fantastic card because also think about the 1 toughness flyers that are in the set,
oh, you mean
like the 3/1 flying trample, the 0/1 flying evolve.
You mean all those good cards?
You can't play those. You cannot play those anymore if this is in play. Yeah, all the good cards, you can't play those anymore, sir.
Yeah.
They just die.
Alright,
I was like, wait a minute.
3/2 for 2, extort. I mean, 3/2 for 4, extort. 3/2 for 3.
This one's okay. I think it's less good than the other one
like
in
card.
black. Was the little flyer, 1/2 flyer. Okay.
Yeah.
I want it to be able to block better. Because when I'm using extort, I'm not attacking really. I'm more looking into card advantage of.
Yeah.
And compare it to the white one. The white one's a 2/2 for 2. This one's a 3/2. So you're paying 2 extra mana for 1 power.
Yeah. Well, this the next X-Store card is actually probably the best X-Store card they have.
Yes, the cheaper the better, and this
The
one's
cheaper
the
the
cheapest
better,
it is.
and this the best, and it also removes removes a counter from a permanent. That's just any. It could be a
It
plus
could be a
one,
loyalty
it could be a
counter
minus
from
one,
a
minus
Planeswalker.
one.
It's like,
It could be a
oh,
poison.
you just neg to a Liliana.
This is
Alright,
this
there
is
you
funny.
go.
It can
Liliana's
actually.
dead.
Yep.
Yeah. So
You
where was
played
this card
Hexmage.
in when we needed to remove poison counters from shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this card is X-Store. Pay 2 life. Remove a counter from non-land permanents. So I mean, yeah, it's a solid card. What this card is going to be tagged along with is Geralt's Messenger. So I'm gonna have my messenger gain 2. It dies. I get a counter. I'm gonna remove that counter. You're gonna lose 2 more life again.
And then you can just gain,
I'll pay
and then
2
you can
life.
just
Make
gain
you
the
lose
life
2
back with
more life.
next turn by playing
I
another
think
spell.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
like correct.
this
Undercity Informer. This guy's going to shine.
Yeah, this is the one I've been referencing to every time I've said, sack a creature.
This is where I'm
This
looking
is-
at. I'm like, I
This
want
is
this in my
the
EDH
good
check for
meat
a
and
sack
potatoes
outlet
of sacrificing
as a
your
win
creatures.
condition.
Yeah, the funny thing is, though, the fact that you can do it as many times you want in a turn, you just abuse the Trepidation availability. I never was a fan of Trepidation by itself, but when you can do it 3, 4, 5, 6 times in one turn, it seems pretty good.
Limited. By the sound of your voice, you know how stupid that card is. This is it right there.
Yes. And the
This
fact
is
it's in
where
a body
I
that you
love
can just
that
sack
card
all
you're
your
talking about, the
irrelevant
murder
dudes
investigation.
at any time.
Ta-da! There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you sack the creature with murder investigation
Yeah,
mill,
it's like,
then you sack
alright,
those
cool.
tokens because it's instant speed. You don't have to sorcery speed it.
Right. You can also do that with the Ogre Slumlord. You can sack your
Yeah.
non-token creatures, get a bunch of rat tokens, and then sack the rats.
Jeez.
No, they
So
pushed us
many
hard.
pluses on that card. Man, mill, they're pushing mill, that's for sure. No, they're pushing mill in general because they've given several cards with that mill mechanic where they're not milling just one card. This card may only mill one, but a minimum
This makes
one.
you wanna
The other
look
cards
back
are
at
like
the
2 and
Destroy
3
the
and
Evidence
4 and
that
5 cards.
The Destroy
It's
Land
just
card that
insane.
mills to a land in Return to Ravnica. This makes you go, I wish I played this card. I wish I had more of those. I want this card to work so bad.
Undercity Plague. Cost 6. Sorcery.
I want it to work.
Lose 5 cards. Back permanent. It may work the first time you use it, and then like we said the first time. So you're looking at this as target player loses 2 life, discards 2 cards, stacks 2 permanents.
Well, here's my problem with this. It costs 6 mana, so it's less likely that you're going to find that little opening to be able to use the Cipher. And that's why I don't like this one. It's probably the best and worst Cipher card so far, in that
I agree.
its effect is going to be very, very powerful if you get it going. However, getting it going is going to be so hard that you're probably you're just not going to
You're not
happen.
really going to be able to use it that much. You're going to try and play it work in like the first round, then you're going to lose because you have this card in your hand. You're like, I can't use this without it being bad, because I'd much rather play another spell instead. Then you're going to take it out and you're like, I didn't like your card at all.
Yeah. It's a card that I can see it potentially give you the chance to win, but at the same time I don't see it impacting as much. Sack a permanent, so I'm going to sack a land, discard a land, and lose a life.
I wish this was like...
okay, you did nothing to my creatures or removal spells, you're still going to
die. They
die.
lose life, I gain life, they discard a card, I draw a card, and they sack a permanent, I return a card from my graveyard to my hand. Like Cruel Ultimatum.
Shit. Right. Oh, no,
then
Cruel
I
Ultimatum.
would try so hard to make this card work if it had both.
That was so bonkers. Last card in black. Right. Last card in black. Wight of Precinct 6. 2 Cavalry Man costs 1/1. Gets 1/1 for each creature in your opponent's graveyard. This works good with the mill deck.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, you got 3 guys. I'm a 4/4 for 2.
You can also use your removal spells as pump spells as well.
Why? Why did you not play that card? That card is so good
I actually
in
didn't
right
care
deck.
for Boneyard Worm as much as this.
That's the same thing.
The keyword right deck. That's the reason why this card's also.
This is a better Boneyard
It has
Worm.
to be in the right deck. It's good. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
bad.
it is because it
I
works.
personally didn't play.
+1/+1, not power to tough to beat them to. Because no matter what, you're getting a 1/1 and then